You're not going to believe what these cameras captured. These great white shark encounters will give you chills. If you were alone in the water, would you really know what to do when attacked by a predator that can swim up to 25 miles an hour and has a bite force of 4,000 pounds? It takes a lot to survive on planet Earth, let alone thrive as a predator for millions of years. That's exactly what sharks have done, though. Not only have they been on the planet longer than we have, they have been on Earth for longer than there have been mammals, insects, or even trees. Sharks are masters of their environment. None more so than the great white shark. We have already seen this in our last video on great white sharks. These sea killers don't fear much, as they can not only take out birds, fish, and dolphins, but humans are also an easy snack for them. On top of that, only one animal could take out a great white shark in a fight. An orca. It's no wonder that for some of us, they hold a particular place in our hearts, and why many people are fascinated with them. If you can survive a great white shark, you can survive practically anything the sea has to throw at you. These are still primordial creatures with a taste for meat after all. Getting bitten is an easy way to lose a limb, damage your internal organs, or lose your life. Let's see how some humans who found themselves in the worst situations dealt with being hunted by these complex creatures. If you've ever heard of spearfishing, you know that it can be exciting but also dangerous. Parker Simpson knew this as he had experience diving by that point, but it was an activity he enjoyed. One day, when he and his partner were near Middle Sambo Reef in Florida, they caught the attention of a great white shark. The shark in question was around 8 feet long in length, a big shark to be sure, and the pair had just gotten their hands on some grouper fish. So when they saw the shark, they assumed that the beast was there for their fish. The pair let the fish go, hoping that the shark would go after the fish and not after them. They watched in horror though, as the grouper carcasses sank to the bottom of the ocean, and the shark instead went after them. Parker was bitten, the shark biting through skin and muscle, and taking a chunk out of Parker's artery, meaning he lost around 1 liter of blood. Thankfully, Parker's dive partner, Justin, was able to grab Parker's spear gun and fire it through the shark's mouth. The pair were able to swim back to the boat, alive, but not unscathed, with Parker needing 56 stitches on his injury. Filming for nature documentaries can come with its own set of risks and rewards. On the one hand, you are able to be in nature and capture some of its most epic moments for the whole world to see. On the other, you are at the mercy of whatever nature has in store for you. 2 cameramen for the Discovery Channel learned this when they were going out to record footage for a show. They were filming near Stewart Island in New Zealand when a great white shark that was larger than the boat they were on came in and started trying to push them into the water. Now, these 2 men were seasoned professionals. They knew what they were doing. and already had safety measures in place, including a rope attached to a larger vessel to keep their little boat afloat. Unfortunately, the shark didn't see this as an obstacle, more as a puzzle, and started trying to bite through the rope to get to the men. Thankfully, the crew on the larger vessel saw and pulled the rope in so that the men would be safe. After that, the shark left them alone. But it goes to show that even the most prepared people can get into sticky situations. The crew continued filming the show, glad to be safe despite their close encounter. Sometimes these attacks can happen suddenly and to people we care about and have devastating consequences. The most gruesome story we have of this takes us all the way back to the 1940s. It was a simpler time without many of the pressures we experience today. On this particular day in Australia, Zita Stedman was out on a picnic party with other members of her parish who had hired a boat for the day. In the afternoon, several of the group went swimming in the water together, relaxing and enjoying themselves. If this was where the story ended, though, we wouldn't be talking about it today. Zita was 10 or so feet away from the rest of the group and had just been told not to go too far out into the water. She had turned around to come back to them when all of a sudden, she screamed in terror as a 13-foot great white shark came and attacked her. Others in the party tried to come to her aid, one young man even taking a boat oar and knocking the shark on the head in an attempt to have it release the young woman. In response, the shark thrashed, even coming above the water to try and push the humans away before dragging Zita deeper into the water. The boat went after her, and they tried to ram it into the shark to make it stop. It didn't work though, and by the time the people on board had managed to grab Zita's hair to pull her out of the water, she was obviously dead. When they tried to pull her out of the water though, they all made the horrifying discovery that they were not holding all of Zita's body, as they only had the top half of her body. People went looking for the rest of her body to no avail. Despite all this, great white sharks are not mindless killers that hunt humans for fun. Far from it. These are highly intelligent creatures, able to solve puzzles and cooperate with other sharks when they absolutely have to. There are also many misconceptions about how aggressive and dangerous they are, leading to them being unfairly feared and hunted. If you ever go somewhere known for shark attacks, you might worry that you are in danger anytime you go near the water. In actuality, in 2023, there were only 14 great white shark attacks recorded, and 4 of them were believed to be provoked, aka the injured human did something to make the shark attack them. In comparison, you are dozens of times more likely to be struck by lightning, hit by a tornado, or be killed by a falling coconut. This, of course, doesn't mean it's okay to run into the water and find the loving embrace of a great white shark. We still need to have a healthy respect for these creatures. Great white sharks are incredibly powerful creatures. While they are capable of doing a lot of harm, they are also incredibly important for the environment, and we need to respect both them and the ocean they live in. Without conservation efforts, sharks are hunted for their fins, which are used in both food and traditional Chinese medicine. Without sharks, though, there will be an imbalance in the ecosystem, which is a problem for us all. With that in mind, if you're still worried and you're out in the water and you see a shark, here are some ways you can get out of the situation alive. First of all, if a shark swims over to you, keep eye contact to indicate you've seen it. Sharks prefer to work with the element of surprise. If that doesn't work and it goes for you, attack its eyes and punch its nose. Once it's stunned or turned away, make sure to get out of the water fast and get medical attention for any wounds. With all this in mind, you have a greater chance of getting home and dry than becoming dinner. What did you think of all these scary shark stories? Got one of your own? Let us know down in the comments. Check out our other shark and orca videos to see more exciting stories from the deep blue sea. We even have an ocean playlist with all the amazing creatures we've covered in it. If you like this and want to see more, like and subscribe so you never miss a video. Stay safe in the water. And we'll see you next time on Careless Wildlife.